Chapter 7, Technology-Based Training Methods. The objectives at the end of this chapter, the learner will be able to differentiate computer-based training from web-based training, understand the benefits of e-learning, contrast teleconferencing and webcasting as a means for distance learning, discuss how mobile technology works for training, determine how blended learning can provide for the success and future of an organization, recognize the benefits of a learning management system, establish the advantages and disadvantages of technology-based training. So first, technology-based training. Under this, there is the word internet, intranets, satellite broadcast, audio and video conferencing, bulletin boards, chat rooms, webcast, and CD-ROM. So, ang technology-based learning or training, binubuo siya ng learning via electronic technology or the application of scientific theories and principles in the design, production, installation, testing, service, use, and control ng electrical and electronic parts, equipment, and systems. Ginagamit din ang technology-based training sa lahat ng industry, residential, or dun sa mga bahay-bahay and industrial. And electronic technology that includes internet, intranets, satellite broadcast, audio and video conferencing, bulletin boards, chat rooms, webcast, and lastly, CD-ROM. First is internet. So, ang internet, it is a global computer network na nagpo-provide ng variety of information and communication facilities. Ang intranets naman, it is a local or restricted communication network, especially a private network na ginawa using a World Wide Web software. Next is satellite broadcast. Ang satellite broadcast, transmission siya ng television or audio programs mula sa artificial satellite at a power suitable for direct reception in the home. Ang audio and video conferencing naman, it is a voice. Ang example nito is yung voice over internet protocol, mga point-to-point telephone calls, Zooms, Google Meet, and many more. And next, bulletin boards. Ang bulletin boards is isa siyang website or web page na kung saan yung mga users ay pwedeng mag-post at mag-comment about a particular issue or topic and then reply to others posting. Ang next is chat room. So, ang chat rooms naman, it is an area on internet or other computer network na kung saan tayong mga users ay pwedeng makipag-communicate. Next is webcast. Ang webcast, it is a live or online broadcast ng audio or video feed from your meeting or event. And lastly, the CD-ROM, which stands for Compact Disc Read-Only Memory. So, isa siyang type ng computer memory in the form ng compact disc that is fed by optical means. So, ang technology-based learning, it also encompasses related terms gaya ng online learning and web-based learning na that only include learning na nag-u-occur or nangyayari via internet and computer-based learning na restricted or limited sa learning through the use of computers. So, ang e-learning or electronic learning is synonymous or may same meaning lang with technology-based learning and has largely replaced it in scholarship and industry as the term of choice. So, next, the nature of technology-based training and its components. So, many companies have implemented technology-based training, which encompasses several different types of technology-assisted training such as distance learning, computer-based training, or web-based training. So, ano nga ba ang basic and inherent features ng technology-based training and yung mga components or part nito? Madaming companies have implemented or used technology-based training na binubuo ng different types of technology-assisted training. So, ang una na is distance learning. So, ang distance learning, nangyayari daw to kapag yung trainers or yung nagtuturo sa trainees ay nasa malalayong lugar. So, typically, technology is used para ma-communicate daw ng trainers yung mga lecture niya sa kanyang mga trainees or tinuturuan in many separate or yung magkakahiwalay na locations. Next, distance learning offers many advantages or disadvantages bilang method na ginagamit daw sa pagtuturo. Ang advantage ng distance learning is nababawasan nyo yung expenses or expensive than paying for trainees in multiple locations para mag-travel for a lecture or knowledge. Ang disadvantage naman niya ay nababawasan daw yung motivation ng trainees na matuto or maka-acquire ng knowledge because of the remoteness or yung distance ng kanilang trainer. Next is computer-based training and web-based training. So, ang computer-based training and web-based training, ito daw ay halos magkapareho lang. Through this type of training, dinideliver ang content using computer, using any combination of text, video, audio, chat rooms, or interactive assessment, or yung mga completed and automatically mark on a computer or mobile device. So, ang computer-based training and web-based training, it can be as simple as yung pagbabasa ng text on a screen or as complex as yung pagsasagot ng mga quizzes based on a computerized video na na-reviewed ng trainee. So, next. So, what is the difference between computer-based training and web-based training? So, ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ng computer-based training and web-based training? So, ang computer-based training, the training program sa computer-based training, the training program daw are a planned sequence and combination of activities designed to equip employees with knowledge and skills to become a better professionals is nakalagay or nakastored on a hard disk, on a hard drive, CD-ROM, and diskette. So kapag sinabing hard drive, ito daw ay isang hardware component and nag-i-store ng lahat ng digital content gaya ng mga documents, pictures, programs, apps, and many more. Ang CD-ROM naman or yung compact disk read-only memory, it is read by optical memory. Ang diskette naman, isa daw siyang small magnetic disk na ginagamit para sa storing ng computer data and program. So meaning to say, hindi siya madaling i-update and mas magiging mahirap for the employees na i-access or gamitin ito. Ang web-based training naman, it is a house online either or maalin sa company's intranet or worldwide web. Kapag sinabi again internet, it is a local or restricted communications network. Ang worldwide web or yung WWW, it is commonly known as web. So isa siyang information system na nag-aalaw ng mga documents and other resource na ma-access over the internet. So, this increases the accessibility of training. So, maaring i-train ng employees from their home computers and mas madaling i-update ang content and quick or mabilis i-update yung system. And talagang madali lang unlike sa computer-based training na mahirap i-update and i-access. So next is e-learning is an option to classroom-based learning and it can provide a number of advantage. So first, reduce trainee learning time by allowing trainees to progress at their own speed. So doon sa una, nababawasan daw ng e-learning ang time ng trainee na matuto because they allow the trainees to progress or umunlad on their own step or speed. Next, reduce the cost of training, particularly by reducing costs associated with travel to a training location. So, dun sa pangalawa naman, nababawasan rin daw ng e-learning ang cost of training or yung amounts ng gasto sa training, lalo na yung mga travel costs or yung pamasahe para pumunta sa kanilang trainer or sa location ng trainer. Next, provide instructional consistency by offering the same training content to employees worldwide. So, nagpo-provide daw ang e-learning ng detailed information about how the trainees will do the job. It is by offering the same or nung parehong training content which includes any and all information presented to the learners with the goal of teaching. So next, allow trainees to learn at their own pace, thereby reducing any boredom or anxiety that may occur. So, inaalaw rin daw ng e-learning or ng electronic learning ang employees na matuto at their own speed or step so that the boredom or yung limited attention span and lack of interest ng employees and anxiety or yung feeling of fear and uneasiness of employees na maaaring mangyari is nababawasan din. Next, provide a safe method for learning hazardous tasks with computer simulations. So yung sa panglima naman, nagpo-provide ang e-learning ng safe method or nung ligtas na step-by-step process through learning hazardous tasks that might harm or cause injury to employees with computer simulations or process. And lastly, increase access to training to learners in locations around the world. So lastly, ang e-learning daw napapataas na yung access ng trainees or learners to training in locations around the world. Because through the use of technology, it is more convenient for the learners na maka-access ng training gaya nung sa mga website to access the training. Next, e-learning is effective at developing declarative and in particular procedural knowledge. It can be useful in developing some types of skills and for modifying attitudes, and develops declarative knowledge through repetitive presentation of facts using a variety of formats and presentation styles. Procedural knowledge is developed by allowing trainees to practice applying the knowledge to various situations simulated by software. So, yung e-learning daw or electronic learning is effective at developing declarative and procedural knowledge. So, first, ang declarative knowledge, electronic learning develops declarative knowledge sa pamamagitan ng repetitive or paulit-ulit na presentation ng facts or paggamit ng iba't ibang formats and presentation style. Ang declarative knowledge is maaaring makagawa ng excellent job sa pagde-describe kung kailan at kung paano ba i-apply ang knowledge sa iba't ibang situations or circumstances. Next is procedural knowledge. Ang procedural knowledge naman ay binubuo through allowing employees or trainees na i-practice ang pag-apply or paggamit ng knowledge to different situations simulated by the software or programs and other operating information used by a computer. So, itong training delivery methods ay mahalaga dahil it can by itself document the responses or yung mga tugon ng trainees and explain or interpret them and provide appropriate practice module para ma-improve ang areas of weaknesses or yung mga kahinaan. So, sa paggamit daw ng e-learning, the skill development of productive capabilities acquired through all levels of learning and training is limited by the software's ability to impersonate or gayanin yung trainee's job, environment, and context. So, e-learning is an appropriate choice for teaching skills because it offers a wide selection of programs. Next, electronic learning, it can be effective at developing or modifying attitudes because the correct relationships among objects and events and the consequences of the result of action of particular courses of action is maaaring ilarawan sa madaming ways through the use of electronic learning. So kapag po sinabing attitude, it is the thinking, emotions, and behavioral.